You get what you settle for. You get what you settle for. That's a less than famous quote from a movie I'm sure you've seen. It's called Thelma and Louise. I first heard that 20 plus years ago in the film, and it resonated so much with me. I ended up writing it on my bathroom mirror because it reminded me that whenever I start going into self pity and start thinking that I'm a victim of circumstances, the truth is I'm always a powerful choice maker. Now, the mission to reach the goal is different for everyone. Like some people have to endure riding a cruise ship through the Atlantic to their goal, while others have to canoe across the Atlantic to their goal. But nevertheless, we make the decision, we make the choice. So, all of these things in our lives where we claim to not have a choice, I have to stay in this relationship, I have to stay in this job. I don't have any choice over my weight or my health or my quality of life. All of those things are actually very much choices. You don't have to stay in a destructive relationship. You don't like the other choices or the alternatives more than you don't like the circumstances that you're in right now, or you're terrified, right? We're all afraid of the unknown. There's so much fear that courses through us. And then sometimes it's not just fear, it's that we don't want to endure the pain. So think about the guy that has to canoe across the Atlantic to reach his goal and how much pain he or she is going to be in by the time they get to the other side. That's not an attractive choice. But if it's something that we really, really want, it's going to be worthwhile. Okay. So when you see successful people, it's not the case that was handed to them on a silver spoon. For some people, sure, they had the yacht. But for most of us, we had somewhere between the canoe and the yacht. And yet we paddled across the ocean to the other side. That doesn't make us better than anybody else. But what it does is give you the idea of the power of choice. So it starts with your vocabulary. Okay. And it means that instead of saying, I have to stay in this relationship, you say, I choose to stay in this relationship. I don't have to stay at this job. I choose to stay at this job. Really think about it. There are alternatives, but you're making a choice. Okay. I have no choice about my weight and my health. You choose to not go to the gym. You choose to overeat. Now, again, I get it that for some people, the obstacles in the way are huge, but nevertheless, it's a choice. And there's nothing liberating about accepting control through circumstances. So start it with your language. Okay. I choose. Decide whether or not the pain is worthwhile. And by the way, culturally, we seem to do everything humanly possible to avoid pain, whereas other cultures who actually embrace pain. Okay. Embrace the pain. Because what's at the other side is such a monumentous award. Give it some thought. You get what you settle for. This is Dr. Kimberly Olson. Have a good weekend.